Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back with more Amberlynn Reid Q&As. Now, I did check, this is going to be part 9, and I did check up on videos and stuff like that, as well as her Instagram, and like, she has 10 more already up. Like, girl, do you do anything else? Have you got anything else to do? But let's just not keep this one waiting and get straight into it so I can try catching up. Starting off the first one, we have, okay, new game. Tell me what you want to see a picture of. So hopefully it's going to be a little bit more interesting than the other ones because god damn, they are boring. Moving on to the first one, we have a sky picture, to which Amber replies with a picture of a rainbow, and we chased the rainbow when my mum came to visit when I had cancer. Honestly, I'm not really going to hate on the story. I think it's a sweet thing, you know, being able to really spend time with family members, even with Amber. I think it's a nice thing to do. I think her mother should set very clear set boundaries, especially when it comes to certain things that Amber does, like drinking and smoking around her. Like, I definitely don't agree with that. And just because her mother might be okay with it, doesn't mean that it's something that should be done in front of her. But I think it's a nice story overall. On to the second one, we have you and Mama Lynn, to which Amber posts her and her mum in the car, which is a pretty standard thing. We were on our way to my stepbrother's house. I guess you can call him that. I mean, it's not true because Mama Lynn isn't even engaged, let alone married. I don't know if he would want you to really call him that, Amber, because I wouldn't. I sure as hell would not want to be related to you anyway, even if it was just legally. Number 3, we have the cookie crumble video, which I really don't care about this crap. I just don't. And like, even if it isn't Amber asking herself the questions, Amber picked the questions. So like, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's just her wanting the validation and attention. And like, Amber, I don't want to be that person, but you being 500 pounds getting your freak on with a cookie, it really is just creating the worst stereotypes and reinforcing the worst stereotypes about morbidly obese people. Like, you cry about fat phobia, but you getting to second base with a cookie is the reason why some people are fat phobic. Like, you are reinforcing the hate that you yourself dislike. Moving to question 4, we have a memory from 2019, and Amber responds with a picture that's going to be in my nightmares tonight. Along with the caption, taken by a friend, it became a favorite among our group and something we often laughed about. Now, I mean, I probably wouldn't be surprised if it was like that one friend who just keeps bringing up dead memes, and like Amber just keeps bringing it up and they just have to laugh along with it because like Amber just won't leave it alone. Moving on to question 5, we have a never before seen picture of you and Tommy, to which Em says date night with this picture, and honestly, they all look the same. It's the same filter, the same looks, the same poses, and her standing behind Amber. It is the exact same thing. They all look alike. Moving on to question 6, we have mirror selfie, to which Amber replies with a photo of her in the mirror in a public bathroom, which I do not agree with. Even with no one else in there, you shouldn't be taking photos in a public bathroom. You shouldn't even really have your phone or your camera out. It's just weird as shit. Like, only one type of person has their phone out in a bathroom, in the public bathroom. Moving on to question 7, we have something you drew, to which Amber posts a picture of a stack of pancakes, which, not surprising. I drew pancakes on a piece of paper, then took a picture of the paper, turned it into a sticker on iMessenger. Question 9, we have, can we get a full screen picture of the rainbow? To which she posts the rainbow on the next picture, which is this one. Alright, so this is the end of the pictures, and then we're going to be moving on to more Q&As with questions. So we're just going to be moving on from this to that, which is going to be oh so much fun. Moving on to the first one, we have, what's something you wish people would believe you about? To which Amber says, literally everything. Because apparently Lynn, she deserves just blind faith in everything she says. Doesn't matter all the contradictions there is, doesn't matter all the lies there is to counteract, her reality. Her word is law, her word is gospel. If you go against it, she will smite you, because that is the power of Lynn. But listen, I know that isn't possible because you're a liar. So anything serious that I've ever talked about, here we go. Not believing small things, whatever, have fun. But when I open up about serious things, well, considering the fact that you're about to lie on every single one of these things, Amber, that's your own fault. Abuse, you lied about that. My health, you've lied about that. My weight, you've lied about that. Trauma, you've lied about that. Mental health, you've lied about that. And you continue to lie about that, etc. That's the stuff I wish people would stop speculating on. Well, we wouldn't speculate if you weren't a liar. Like, I do not have empathy for you and Chantal anymore because you constantly contradict yourself, lie, and then make yourself the victim trying to place the blame on everyone else. Like, people wouldn't speculate and try to fill in the gaps with the truth if you were telling the truth. Like, people don't speculate on my life, people don't speculate on most reaction people's lives because they just talk about the truth. And if they have something going on, they either talk about it in a way that allows people to get the key context they need without needing to go into great detail, or they just don't talk about it in general. Don't bring things up if you don't want to talk about it, and if you don't want to have people speculate on it, don't bring up serious things and then contradict those things. It is that simple. Alright guys, so I've gotten to the point where I've just gotten so sick of these questions, these particular questions in general, that I'm going to just post them so that way they're up for you to really talk about. You want to talk about it in the comments? I doubt anyone does. You guys can do it. I am not. I'm just so sick of these goddamn questions. Moving on to the next one, we have, what are you watching on Netflix? To which Amber says, nothing currently. I've been super picky with shows lately. I've always been pretty picky, but it's worse than ever. Nothing can keep my attention, and if it does, then it must be good. I'm guessing this is her going to try and give herself like the ADHD symptoms again, because she's talking about it as if she's been diagnosed, which I highly doubt that she has, because Amber just said that she was trying to go for a diagnosis, and then we never heard about it again. Latest collection obsession you haven't shared yet, to which Amber says, highlighters. Who wants to bet she's shoving that shit up her nose? Like, she's trying to huff that shit hardcore. It was a quick obsession, literally hundreds of dollars of highlighters for no reason, because you're addicted to shopping and buying. You are a hoarder, too. I haven't had a weird obsession like this in a while, so I'm letting it slide. Yeah, probably because you haven't had a girlfriend in a while, so you haven't had anyone's personality to latch onto. Moving on to another comment about Mr. Snowflake, which these ones are getting tedious too. How can you tell Mr. Snowflake is lying if you haven't watched his videos? Which is pretty good because, like, how are you going to really get secondhand information and just run with it? You need to kind of be a little bit more objective. And even I'm getting questions and comments from people, and I'm like, all right, I believe this person because they're going into great detail and telling me every single thing that is happening, but I really need to double check before I speak about it on videos itself. So what I will do is double check to make sure I actually speak on the things I'm talking about, even though I believe the people are telling me exactly what she has been doing. And I'm getting a lot of comments with people telling me things that Foodie has done in her past and things that Amber have done. And I thought these girls were bad enough, but my God, they are just flat out horrendous people. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm amazed both these people haven't been put in prison yet. But Amber replies with, when I get a flood of messages about one specific topic at once, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's true. Very bad idea, Amber. That's how a lot of people get falsely accused. If I'm wrong, so be it. Yeah, not the mentality you should have, because you are always criticizing other people to believe you. In fact, only a couple messages ago, you just said you wished everyone believed everything you said. But some of these messages include thumbnails and titles of Mr. Snowflake's videos. They could be facetious or could be kind of like sarcastic, so who knows? That's honestly all I need to know right there. No, it isn't, Amber. You need evidence. You need to actually judge for yourself and not automatically believe what other people say. One thing about Tommy you can't get enough of, to which Amber says, this is going to be cheesy as F, but who cares? When she looks into my eyes with love and desire, it's not love, it's definitely desire. I can assure you it's desire. It's straight up physical desire because she's a fetishist. Eye contact is a major turn on for me, sexually and non-sexually. That's just gross. I could have lived my entire life not knowing that Amber gets a lady boner just from looking at me in the eyes. Here's another one for you guys to comment on below because I'm not talking about it. Halloween costume, to which Amber says, honestly, I'm not sure I'm dressing up this year. I've had multiple costume ideas, but haven't really felt the urge to actually make any of them happen. Dye your hair green, wear a red hat, get a red dress, and then you could just cosplay as a big cherry. Do you think your life would be different if you were straight? To which Amber says, well, yeah, who knows where I'd be right now? Probably... Well, if I had to guess, I would say you probably start off maybe 14 and pregnant, and then by the time you're in your 30s, probably 6 different kids to 6 different baby daddies, if I had to guess. Like, you would be someone who would sleep with anyone for the slightest bit of attention, and if that meant carrying a child to baby trap someone, you would definitely be one of those type of women. And I know I'm talking specifically about a group of women that are like that, but that's not hate towards someone who has multiple children. Like, there are different reasons why someone has multiple children to multiple dads. I'm not hating on people for that. Just specifically the group of women who think having a child with one particular man and then end up having like 6 different baby daddies is going to keep that man around. That doesn't do anything. Like, if he wants to leave you, he's gonna leave you. Do you think Zachary Michael has been kind to you? To which Amber replies, I think... Oh, hold on before I get into it. I've just recently found out that Zachary doesn't use male pronouns. They use they and them. So I'm going to try and retrain my brain the best I can. I will stumble. I will make mistakes. It's just how my brain functions. I do apologize. I will try to do better. I have done it for Beck, and I will try to do my best for Zachary as well. So just want to make sure. I think they tries their best, but to be fair, they also cater to their audience. You can't deny that their majority of their audience is there for one reason and one reason only, minus the fact that they like Zach. Well, yeah, that's true. The majority of the audience dislikes you and Chantal for the things that you have said and done, but they also like to watch with another person to really kind of get their perspective and mitigate the boringness of your content. Because let's face it, your content is boring as shit. Moving on to the next one we have, does it bother you that you've been trying to lose weight for the past 10 years? To which Amber says, I've been trying to lose weight since I was 10 years old. First diet I was put on when... Oh no, I just read it. I can't laugh at this. It's not fun. Like, it is funny, but it's not funny at the same time. Like, can you imagine a 10-year-old having to be forced to be put onto like 2% fat? Now I'm getting that, like, the really old, ad in my head. It's full cream milk, but it's only 2% fat. Okay, try to get through this without laughing. The first diet I was put on when I was in a group home and it was made to switch the kind of milk I was drinking. They made me chug water before each meal, which, I mean, chugging water is not really the best for you, but drinking water before each meal is pretty good. Weight Watchers was the second diet she was on, and it started when she was 11 or 12. I've been trying to lose weight for the past 24 years. I'll go ahead and say bothering me is an understatement. Well, I mean, you don't really show it, though, because, like, you're dating a feeder. On top of that, you would throw a fit every single time you don't get your way, or something doesn't really come with the right order. So it's like, where exactly is the bother? Because you're just drinking, eating a bunch of food, and you're gaining all the weight back that you've lost with the miracle drug of Ozempic and semaglutide. So where exactly is the bother? Like, you decided to set up an arc where a miracle drug where you lose weight stopped working so that way you could date your feeder girlfriend. Like, you're not bothered. Like, you might hate the fact that you're probably 500 pounds and you can't do jack shit for yourself, but you're certainly not bothered by it. Moving on to the next one we have, where's your dream honeymoon destination? To which Amber says, Greece. Has Amber actually ever talked about Greece, like ever wanting to go? Or even talked about it in general? Like, does she know where it is on the map? Can you point it out, Amber? Greece would be magical, but anywhere with my baby would be special. Oh my god. Girl, you're in your 30s, you're not 14. Me personally, I would like to go to Valletta. That's where my grandmother was born. She spent 4 or 5 years, I believe, like 4.5 years there before she moved out to Australia. But I think that would be like a really nice place to go check out. Moving on to the next one we have, what's the funniest conspiracy theory you've heard about yourself? To which Amber says, the waffle stomping. Like, ma'am, no. Here's the thing, you might not have started it, but you sure as hell did reinforce it, because you got online and you said, if anything did happen. So that's not a yes, that's not a no, that's like you saying, I'm not confirming, but I'm not denying either. Like, you should have just said, no, nothing like that happened, it's a stupid rumor, why would anyone really think that of me? Which, I mean, that's kind of your own fault for putting so much of your life online, especially when you were bedbound, so people are going to make those type of rumors up. But, like, you reinforced the shit out of it by saying, if anything did happen, and then following it up with, I made sure to pay for it and get it fixed. Like, you just reinforced the belief that it did happen. Moving on to the next one we have, I have to make a decision that will change my life. How do you handle these tough choices? Well, Amber just waits until other people fix the problem for her. Like, she waits until people come into her life, so that way she can get them to make the decisions for her. That's how she does it. Weigh out the pro and cons. Sorry, Amber says wait out the wait out the pro and cons. Lots of journaling. Of course, that would be your answer, Amber. Talking it out with people whose opinions and thoughts matter to me. Well, again, you don't have those type of people in your life. On to the next one we have. I often rewatch your live streams. Will you do another Buzzball live again soon? To which Amber says, honestly, I can see myself doing one. I don't agree with this because Amber is out drinking a lot with Tommy lately. And whether or not that's true, that's what she's giving off through the videos. Like every single video she does, there's some sort of drinking with Tommy. And it's like, you don't need another vice. You're already doing a lot of gambling. You're already doing a lot of shopping, a lot of hoarding, a lot of eating. You don't need alcoholism to be another vice, Amber. Like, Jesus Christ, figure something else out. Also, a little shade to the person asking this question, because unless you are someone who's a hater trying to set her up, like, why would you have any, like, positive emotions towards Amber and want her to put herself in a position where she's drinking? Because that's not really a good thing for Amber, especially with her being morbidly obese. Like, you don't want someone to drink when they're morbidly obese because it's not healthy, but you also don't want someone who's addicted, very easily addicted to different vices, also drinking. Like, you have two different things that are not good for Amber with drinking, and yet you think it's a good idea to kind of ask her about it. It's just really weird, really shady. On to the next one we have, do you acknowledge that you saying, so what, I gaslight my audience was messed up? To which Amber says, it was a facetious statement that was blown out of proportion during a time I was extremely overwhelmed. Oh my god, Amber, right? A facetious statement, also like a sarcastic statement, can be made and land inappropriately. Like, you could say something at the wrong time or like during a moment that shouldn't be said. You'd also say a sarcastic statement that might not land well. It requires like tone and attitude to be in the right place in order for it to land well. And as someone who has problems with doing stuff like that because of my autism, even I knew Amber was faking it. So if I can tell when someone is faking it, like, most people are going to be able to tell. That being said, Amber, you can't say it was a sarcastic statement and then follow it up with, I was extremely overwhelmed at the time, because that in itself is an excuse. You wouldn't have to defend a sarcastic statement. You would just have to apologize and say, I made a mistake. I'm sorry this didn't land well. I should have done it in a better way, or I could have done it in a better way. And then you say no excuse, which is negated by the fact that you said you were extremely overwhelmed. That in itself is an excuse. And then you follow it up with saying it was stupid shit, and that thankfully it was also 4 years ago. Like, these are multiple excuses. And then you give a really half-assed apology by saying, sorry to those I hurt with that statement. Like, no. Just apologize and move on. And if you are genuinely remorseful for the things that you do, even though you're never going to be that way because you think you're always right, you don't have to make an excuse. You can literally just say, it was a sarcastic statement that landed wrong. I apologize. I will try to do better next time. Move on. Most people would leave it at that and just go on with their day. The reason why people keep pushing this is because you are not genuinely remorseful and you still believe that you're right, and you giving half-assed excuses is worse than not giving an excuse at all. Like, it's like they would rather have no apology than a slap in the face. Would you ever do scheduled weekly live streams again? God, please, no, I beg you, Amber, do not do that. Or has that ship sailed? It's definitely possible. No, Amber, say no. Say no. I won't say no, you better say fucking no. But if I ever do have a weekly live stream, I'll also still upload alongside that. Goody. There will never be a live stream ever only again. Thank God. Do you like Zucker and Markle's Twitch re-upload videos? Do you have a favorite person they react to? So they do use they them pronouns. Cool. I don't watch Twitch stuff. I think I've been on Twitch like twice in my life, and it was to watch a friend play a video game. But you don't have friends, you have users. What is one small goal you have recently made for yourself? I created a YouTube schedule. Piss off, Amber. You don't have a schedule. Uploading one video a week is not a schedule. That's not that. I mean, yeah, technically that is a schedule, but it's like the most basic schedule there is. Like, how can I upload videos every 2 days, have a second channel where I upload videos 5 days, and then do live streaming and a full-time job, and you can only do one video a week, which you failed already. You failed your YouTube schedule. How? Now that you're with Tommy, do you believe the love you felt for past relationships was different? And Amber says, I have felt a different love in each and every single relationship I've been in, so yes. I don't really have much to say to this other than the fact that Amber doesn't know what love is. Do you still watch H3? Do you have any thoughts about what Ethan is going through with fans? I'm assuming this is probably going to be political, maybe like the Israel versus Palestine situation going on right now. I don't watch him, but I know he's a bit of a twat, so I'm extremely behind. I haven't caught up on what's going on. I'm trying to catch up. Got this shiz on 2 times speed. Amber, I doubt that you're big brained enough to figure out anything that's going on. But I mean, you're both narcissists, so you're probably gonna, kiss his ass. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I do want to quickly ask whether or not you guys enjoy about 20 minutes of content, or if you want longer content, let me know. I try to break it up and keep it around 20 minutes so you guys aren't getting too bored with the content. But if you do want longer form content, I'm more than happy to make it. Just let me know in the comments if you get this far, of course. It's just that I know that there are so many questions and they can get boring so quickly. I just don't want you guys to have to try and sit through an entire 40-minute video when I can make 2 short 20-minute videos, and it's easier to digest. But it's completely up to you guys. Let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to do what you guys want. That being said, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.